Imagine this. You're in a heated discussion, and someone throws an insult your way expecting you to react, maybe to defend yourself, argue, or show frustration. But instead, you do nothing. You simply look at them, calm and unbothered. Seconds pass, and suddenly, the weight of their own words starts pressing down on them. The room feels different. They shift uncomfortably, realizing that the power they thought they had over you has vanished. This is the power of silence. In a world where everyone rushes to respond, those who master silence command the most respect. Disrespect thrives on reaction. The moment you stop giving it fuel, it loses its grip. In today's video, we'll explore 5 ways to use silence as your strongest tool. 1. Embrace the silent stare, mastering the power of non-reaction. Silence is often misunderstood. People assume that to stand up for themselves, they must react, speak louder, argue harder, prove a point. But what if true strength lies in doing the opposite? Imagine you're at work, and a colleague makes a sarcastic remark about your abilities in front of everyone. They smirk, waiting for you to fire back, to defend yourself, to engage. But instead of reacting, you simply meet their gaze, calm, steady, and completely unbothered. Seconds pass. The tension shifts. They fidget, glance away, try to mask their discomfort without saying a single word. You've turned the situation around. This is the power of the silent stare. When someone disrespects you, they are looking for control. They want to provoke a reaction, to get under your skin, to make you doubt yourself, to pull you into their frame of mind. But when you refuse to give them that reaction, their power weakens. They are left with nothing but their own insecurity, exposed by the silence you create. The Stoics understood this well. They believed that control over oneself is the ultimate power, and silence is one of the strongest ways to assert it. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You always have the option of having no opinion." This applies not just to thoughts, but to actions. You always have the option to disengage, to refuse to participate in someone else's attempt to disturb your peace. A silent stare does more than just disarm. It sets a boundary. It signals that you are not someone who can be easily shaken. It demands respect without needing to ask for it. Words can be challenged, debated, twisted, but silence? Silence is undeniable. So the next time someone tries to pull you into a battle of words, try this. Pause. Say nothing. Hold their gaze with quiet confidence. Let them wrestle with the weight of their own words, and watch as the power dynamic shifts, not in their favor, but in yours. 2. Use silence as your answer. Let them wrestle with their own words. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every disrespectful comment warrants your energy. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Picture this. You're at a family gathering, and a relative makes a passive-aggressive remark about your career choices. They smirk, waiting for your defense, expecting an explanation. Instead of arguing or justifying yourself, you take a sip of your drink, offer a polite smile, and say, "Nothing." The conversation stalls. The silence lingers. The weight of their own words settles in. Without raising your voice or engaging in debate, you've turned the discomfort back onto them. Silence is uncomfortable for the person receiving it. People who dish out disrespect often expect an emotional reaction. They want to see you flustered, to pull you into an argument where they control the tempo. But when you choose not to respond, they're left with nothing but their own words echoing back at them. And in that space, They are forced to confront the weight of what they said. The Stoics believed that true power lies in self-control. Seneca once wrote, "If silence is good for the wise, how much better is it for the foolish?" When you refuse to engage in pointless arguments, you protect your peace. You conserve your energy for battles that actually matter. More importantly, you send a message, one that says, "I do not need to explain myself to you. Your words do not control me." This isn't about being passive. It's about knowing when engagement is a waste of time. It's about understanding that dignity isn't found in how well you defend yourself, but in how little you let others' opinions disturb your inner state. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, pause. Let their words sit in the air, unanswered. Watch as they squirm under the weight of their own discomfort. Because sometimes the loudest response is silence itself. 3. Stop explaining your choices. Confidence speaks for itself. Have you ever noticed how some people demand explanations not out of curiosity, but as a subtle way to judge? Why are you still single? Why did you quit that job? Why don't you do things like everyone else? These questions often aren't about understanding you. They're about making you second-guess yourself. Now, imagine responding with nothing more than a calm smile and moving on. No explanations, no justifications, just certainty in your own path. There's a quiet power in refusing to explain yourself. When you constantly defend your choices, you give others the illusion that their approval matters. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you live your life. Not everyone deserves access to your reasoning. Not everyone is asking because they care. A man once decided to leave a high-paying job to pursue a simpler, more fulfilling life. Friends and family bombarded him with concerns. But what about stability? Are you sure this is the right move? At first, he tried to explain, detailing his reasons, justifying his vision. But no answer ever seemed enough. One day, he stopped explaining. Instead of defending his decision, he simply lived it. Over time, the questions faded, replaced by quiet respect. The Stoics understood that self-assurance isn't something you argue for. It's something you embody. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The same applies to your life choices. You don't need to convince people that your decisions are right. You simply need to live them with conviction. So the next time someone questions your path, pause. Ask yourself, do they truly seek to understand, or are they looking for something to critique? If it's the latter, let silence be your answer. Walk forward with confidence. Because when you stop explaining yourself, you start owning your life. 4. Keep your distance. Protect your peace. Protect yourself. Not everyone deserves a place in your life. Some people bring support, understanding, and encouragement. Others bring criticism, negativity, and constant disrespect. The key to maintaining inner peace is knowing the difference and having the courage to walk away from those who do not serve your growth. Imagine this. You have a friend who always seems to undermine you. Whenever you share good news, they respond with indifference or a backhanded compliment. When you express your goals, they find ways to point out potential failure rather than offer support. Over time, their presence feels less like friendship and more like an emotional drain. You could argue with them, try to prove your worth, or demand respect, but why should you? The wiser choice is to simply create distance. Keeping your distance from negativity is not an act of cruelty. It's an act of self-respect. The Stoics believe that external events and people's opinions are beyond our control, but our response to them is entirely within our power. Epictetus once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." If someone in your life constantly disrespects you, they are showing you who they are. Your only responsibility is to decide whether they belong in your world. Walking away does not mean hatred or resentment. It simply means you value your energy too much to waste it on people who do not appreciate you. When you remove toxic influences, you create space for meaningful relationships, those that inspire, uplift, and align with your growth. So, ask yourself, who in your life brings you peace? Who drains it? If someone consistently disrespects you, take a step back. See what happens when you no longer give them your time, your energy, or your presence. The right people will respect your boundaries. The wrong ones will reveal why they never belonged in your life to begin with. Fifth, hold your head high. Confidence needs no permission. Disrespect often comes from those who feel small. When they see someone standing tall, calm, assured, unmoved, it unsettles them. They expect insecurity, a defensive reaction, maybe even self-doubt. But when they are met with quiet confidence instead, their attempts to bring you down lose all power. Picture this. You walk into a room where you know some people doubt you. Maybe they've whispered behind your back, questioned your abilities, or dismissed your worth. They watch, waiting for signs of hesitation, looking for cracks in your self-assurance. But instead of shrinking, you stand tall, shoulders back, steady breath, unwavering gaze. You don't argue. You don't explain yourself. You simply exist in full certainty of who you are. And just like that, the dynamic shifts, not in their favor, but in yours. Confidence is not about proving yourself to others. It's about knowing you have nothing to prove in the first place. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." But why should the opinions of those who seek to diminish you hold any weight? Your worth isn't something others grant you. It's something you claim for yourself. People who thrive on disrespect dislike seeing self-assurance because it's something they lack. They want to shake your foundation, make you second-guess yourself. But the moment you refuse to seek validation, you become untouchable. So, the next time someone questions your worth, do not argue. Do not lower yourself to meet their insecurities. Instead, hold your head high. Let your confidence be the only answer they receive, because true self-respect isn't about demanding recognition. It's about never needing it in the first place. Mastering the art of silence and self-respect. In a world that constantly demands reactions, choosing silence is an act of strength. From the power of a silent stare to the confidence of keeping your distance, every action or inaction sends a message. Not engaging in unnecessary battles, refusing to explain yourself, and standing tall in your decisions all reinforce one undeniable truth. Your worth is not up for debate. The Stoics understood that true control lies not in changing others, but in mastering oneself. When you stop giving energy to disrespect, negativity, and judgment, you reclaim your power. Silence, distance, and unwavering confidence aren't just strategies, they are a way of life. So, The next time someone tries to shake your foundation, remember this. You don't have to respond. You don't have to justify. You don't have to engage. Walk away when needed, stand firm in your choices, and carry yourself with quiet strength. Because true power isn't in proving yourself to others. It's in knowing you don't have to. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Vault 365 for more Stoic wisdom and life lessons. Let us know in the comments which of these lessons resonates with you the most. And as always, stay strong, stay wise, and keep moving forward.